She was swimming before it became trendy. Louise, good morning to you. This is kind of nice, isn't it? It's like finding a band before everybody else. I don't know how you demonstrate that you were swimming before everybody else did. Actually, something that Mel mentioned a little while ago. It's lovely that more people are swimming, but actually, sometimes it does mean there are lots of people bobbling around in the water. You don't want to be in the middle of a tin of beans, do you? Sometimes you want to be solitary. Is that the sort of disadvantage of this becoming fashionable?
No, I think it's great to see more people swimming in the rivers. When I was doing it like 10 years ago, I didn't tell people that I was swimming in the rivers because people would turn their nose up and say, "What, you swim in the river?" It just wasn't a cool thing to do. But now I think it's great to see other people in. But I do a lot of paddle boarding as well, so I find lots of places that are beautiful to swim in that you can't get access to unless you're in a boat or a paddle board. So I know lots of little sort of secret hideaways as well.
Oh, so are those staying up the sleeve of your dry robe? You're not going to be revealing those to anybody?
Basically on the Avon, there's lots of lovely places that you can get to that have little beaches that, I'm not a strong swimmer. I am more of a dipper than a swimmer. I just love to be in the cold water. So I found some lovely places that, are safe to swim in. They're not deep, and they're like little mini swimming pools. And once you're in the water, the cold water is just amazing for your mindset. It almost resets you. It's really good for your mental health and well-being. Like the chap said before, it's really good for your immune system. And you get a different perspective when you're actually in the water. You feel like you're in nature. There's just something really healing about it. And I absolutely love it. I haven't done so much, I have to say, over the last year because I have been a bit more concerned about the water quality.
Oh.
And we did have a lot of rain last year, so I didn't have a great year for wild swimming. So I started having cold baths in the morning to get my cold water fix. That's really good and get you set up for the day, get you into a good headspace. But I prefer to be in nature, and I'm very excited about this green project in the Leam, because if it's clean for us, it's also clean for nature as well. It's going to be better for nature. So I'm very excited about this.
I have to say that was the first thing that popped into my head this morning. It's all very well making water nice and clean for people that like to go for a swim, but we've got other stuff we can do. Nature has no choice about being there and could probably do with more of a helping hand. So actually it has put you off then. Water quality's put you off recently. That's a shame.
It has, to be honest. I went paddleboarding one day last year and there were some people on Myton Fields taking some water samples at the time, and we said, what's going on? And they said, we're just a little bit concerned about the water quality. And we were on our paddle boards, and we could see on our paddle boards where the wind was blowing sort of the leaves to the side of the river, there was a white silvery scum on top of the water. And as we paddle boarded away from the castle, you meet where the Leam meets the Avon, and you could see it coming in from the Leam. There was some sort of spillage, and then as you passed where the Leam comes into the Avon and you carried on, the water was crystal clear. And I thought, where that scum is where people get in and out of the water, and it made me sort of very wary. You can normally tell pretty much with your eyes whether it's clean, and you can tell whether it smells clean. But I have been a little bit more concerned over this last year about the quality. I have been in, and over the 10 years that I've been wild swimming, I've not had any issues or any health issues, but I never get my head wet. I never dive in. I don't get it in my ears. It doesn't go in my mouth. I'm very much a dipper and a breaststroker, and I don't splash about. I'm very excited that they're cleaning the rivers. All rivers should be clean for us and for nature.
Absolutely should. Thank you very much indeed. To Louise in Whitnash, if you've ever had a bash at while swimming, do please free